All right. Ooh, let me switch over a little bit. Hello, everybody. I was like not in the center. I was like,
You know, that kind of reminds me of Tweeting Way when
tweeting
Final
way.
Fantasy 14 Twitter. They're like, they changed over to Tweeting Way, and then like
um.
how he was like, and this is how I send tweets, and there's like a gif of him hitting the button. I'm like that. Yep,
Yeah. Honestly.
that's what it reminded me of.
Anyways, hello everybody, and welcome to another episode of HP Critical Plus. I'm your host Brandon, and I am once again joined by the excellent and wonderful Christy.
Hi everybody.
Guys, the reason why I haven't have the game already booted up in time for the stream is intentional because I was just telling Christy before we properly went live. If you're an NSO member, you will notice that right now on my screen here, I have Stardew Valley downloaded, and underneath it says Game Trials Software ends in 3 days, 8 hours. So if you are an NSO member, you're probably already aware that you can go to the Nintendo Switch Online tab around there and complete missions for free platinum points. You can use those platinum points to get like new icons for yourself. Like I have this like custom icon that I literally made 10 minutes before we got started today of this like Link with this nice little like watercolor artwork with him and like a nice background. You can customize all kinds of like stuff like that for your icons. But yeah, for platinum points. And of course, you can also go to my Nintendo store to use those platinum points for physical stuff. Like, for example, I have these like keychains that I have not opened up yet. That is like based on the OG N64 box art of Mario Kart 64 and Star Fox 64. So stuff like that, cool little goodies like that. Anyway, why am I bringing all this up? Because right now, like I said, you can download Start if you're an NSO member. Even if you're on the base tier, you don't even need the expansion pack. You can download Stardew Valley. And even if it's not a game you're interested in, if you play it at all within the next 3 days and 8 hours as of this stream, you'll get a free 100 points on your platinum thing. So I think it's really cool that they do that, give you a little chance to try out games, and even if you don't like them, you get something for it. So I think it's a cool win-win on that situation. You may find a game that you end up liking, and if there's really no downside to it, honestly, which is cool. But I just wanted to
Hmm.
bring that up. Anyway, this is, of course, another episode of Pokemon Brilliant Diamond. And before I load the game, I need to just say this right now. Oh, Christy already knows what I'm about to say. Obviously, we do need to make progress in Pokemon Brilliant Diamond. So I'm happy overall, all in all, that we're playing this tonight and making some actual progress in this game. But let me tell y'all what this stream was supposed to be. If y'all follow our Twitter, you saw that for 6:30 p.m. we put down mystery Pokemon stream. Now, why was it a mystery Pokemon stream? I figured that was the best way to put it because if I happen to be wrong, which I was, then we'd be end up playing Pokemon Brilliant Diamond. So either way, it was going to be Pokemon related. So that's, I covered my base there, I guess. But no, for those who have been following the releases of N64 games on NSO expansion pack, you may realize that of the initial N64 games that they had said was going to be coming to the service, there was one more remaining, and that was Pokemon Snap Original. Now, looking at the release schedule of June, Nintendo typically likes to release their games on Fridays, and we had 4 Fridays in June, and they usually come out like the second, third week of a given month that these N64 games drop, and then they come out that Fridays. That seems to be the release schedule, right?
Hmm.
So I figured, June 10th, that's the release of Mario Strikers Battle League. They probably won't do it then. June 24th, that's the release of Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes. They're probably not going to do it then. So yeah, yeah, yeah. But so June 17th was open. There was nothing coming out there's nothing come out today. On mainline Nintendo game that is. So I was like, oh, that's when they released Pokemon Snap. That makes the most sense. It doesn't conflict with their own release. So I figured, yeah, we'll do that, and then we'll do a bonus episode of Does It Hold Up? Hey, guess what didn't happen? They didn't release Pokemon Snap today. It's coming out next week, the same day as Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes. I don't understand you, Nintendo, sometimes. Why are you doing this to us? Oh, my
Nintendo
plan.
heard Brandon's plans and said, "Ha, fam, nah."
No. So I'm sorry to say, people, you're gonna have to wait a little longer for us to take cute pictures of Pikachu and Charmander. But I'll go ahead and announce this right now. For those who, as always, if you go to hpcritical.com and check the calendar page or the stream page rather, you can see all of the streams that we're planning for the month. That is subject to change as things change, and I bring that up because there is going to be a change. Originally on June 27th, which is a Monday, I was going to be playing an N64 game called Winback, but that is going to change now. Christy will be my guest, and we will be playing Pokemon Snap that day instead. Um, with how quick Snap is as a game, it is not a 0% chance that may end up being a full playthrough on that one stream. It's
Yeah,
the
it will just depend if whether or not we want to get Mew.
yeah, that's true. Like it may not happen. I'm just saying the chance of it happening, being a full playthrough in that one stream, is not zero. It's a very short game. We'll just see how much fun we have end up doing it. But yeah, that's coming up on June 27th. We're 10 days from now. We're locking that in, so you guys can tune in for that week. It will likely be at 7 p.m. that day. Yeah, 7 p.m. Eastern, I should say. So you guys can tune in for that. So yeah. In the meantime, today is just going to be Pokemon Brilliant Diamond. Just going to be continue that playthrough. Um, I'll go ahead and load the game. As a little recap for those who missed it, who have, it's been a while since we played, but we were on the road to Veilstone City. I did do like a really quick bonus stream one day when Christy was away, because I really wanted to catch Ponyta, and I did. I caught a Ponyta. We have a Ponyta. I'm very happy to.
You have a Ponyta. Hooray!
I was very happy to finally get this Ponyta. That being said, I kind of forgot what I named it. I'm sure it was something clever, but we're gonna look right now. Its nature also wasn't the greatest, unfortunately, but we're still gonna work with it. Oh no, I think that, no.
Fine.
Actually, I think the nature wasn't bad. I think what it was there's the Ponytail right now. You can already see it in the rain. Poor thing.
Oh, poor baby.
That's what I named
How
it.
could you?
It's a male Ponyta, so I nicknamed it Maximus, like the horse from Tangled.
Oh my goodness. You would.
Yeah, I thought hard about it. I was like, if it was a female, I was gonna just straight up go unoriginal and call it Epona. But when it was male, I was like, ooh, I gotta think about this now, and that's what came to mind. So actually, the nature isn't terrible. It's minus attack, which that could be better. But I'll give it special attacks. That'll be fine. It's plus speed, which is nice. Unfortunately, it has the runaway ability, which is not gonna be useful at all, like at all. But we'll make it work. We're gonna work for Maximus. We'll make it work for Maximus. He's also level 21, so he's got some catching up to do as well. There's that. Yeah, I finished this route out as well, so we can literally go right into the city. So that was the little bonus stream that I did last week, catching the Ponyta and getting right to Veilstone City. So here we are. The music of Veilstone City always came off as kind of like very shady, like there's crime afoot. And hey, there's Team Galactic right there, so maybe that's what they were going for.
How shady.
Hey you, yeah you. This Team Galactic warehouse. It ain't no playground for kids. This is the awesome Team Galactic's awesome warehouse. A little kid like you should be playing at the Pokémon gym. After all, the gym leader happens to be a kid just like you. Okay, so he is kicking us out. We cannot go there yet. We need to hit a Pokemon Center, actually, because we just caught Maximus, and he's kind of hurting.
And he's also out in the rain. Well, not
anymore.
Not anymore.
He's all dry now. The fire burns bright. There's the Pokemon Center. Let's go. We're going to lower my volume a little bit, because it might be echoing a little bit. Actually, I did not check something real quick. Okay. There you go. Your audio's coming out good. We're all good. I forgot to check things, but it ended up being okay this time around.
It's fine, even though there was a moment where Brandon was kind of scared. He was talking to himself on stream,
which has happened before. So there's that. Okay, so let me explore the town a little bit. The special meteorites that are all over the town here. So fun fact, if you have managed to get yourself a Deoxys in this game, you can change Deoxys forms by interacting with these meteorites there. Deoxys in total has 4 forms: a normal form, attack form, defense form, and speed form. Originally, another tidbit is like, back in Gen 3 when Deoxys was introduced, its form was entirely dependent on which game it was in. So if you were playing Ruby and Sapphire, it was normal form by default. If you were playing Fire Red version, Deoxys would automatically become into attack form. If you played Leaf Green, it would automatically be in defense form. And originally, it was just those 3 forms. Then Emerald got announced, and so they created a new form for Deoxys, which was the speed form.
Huh. I had no idea.
And that was and the only reason I know that last tidbit is like I assumed there was always 4 forms, but the movie Destiny Deoxys, which came out during the time of it was the second Hoenn saga, basically. The second season of the Hoenn saga. the movie Destiny Deoxys had Deoxys only go into its first 3 forms, because at the time, Emerald had not been officially announced, and I don't know if they were planning that like ahead of time, but either way, speed form just wasn't a thing yet, so they just kind of did those. But then they did like an additional special episode, I think during the Battle Frontier season, where Deoxys was using all 4 of its forms.
I had no clue.
Welcome.
I learned something new today.
Oh, well, I'm glad I could teach you and whoever happens to be watching this anyway. Welcome. This is Team Galactic I'm sorry. This is the Galactic Veilstone building. Cosmic energy for the win. Wouldn't it be wonderful if we could harness that boundless energy? One thing about this game being like very faithful to the original is sometimes you got a lot of the this game came out in 2007, so a lot of the localization quotes and whatever are very much, oh wow, I didn't know that was there. I just was kind of pressing things. A lot of localization notes are just kind of the time. Like, for example, there's someone who says, yeah, if you don't know these things, you'd be a total noob, right? I hardly have anyone say noobs anymore.
Yeah, you don't at all.
And this person just said galactic power for the win. That's also not very used that often anymore. We Team Galactic will take everything that can be taken. We eliminate everything that is not needed. That is Team Galactic's policy. Okay. You're too young for us. You can join us when you're older.
Oh, rejected.
There's never been like a Pokemon game where you can just straight up join the evil team. The closest they ever came was Pokemon Coliseum, where the main character was formerly part of Team Snag'em, but then before the events of the game had a change of heart and ended up working to stop them. That's the closest we've ever come. Otherwise, you're always a goody two shoes, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I think you can. By the way, here's an interesting thing: you can just not do the gym right now. I think explore Veilstone City. Like I think you can go over to Lake Valor and go to the next city. I know that because I was kind of playing with that in my Shining Pearl playthrough. I was like, how far can I go? Oh, they're just not stopping me. I can just keep going. Even all as far as to the gym, I'm like, oh, they're just letting me do this. Okay, all right then, I'll do it in order. But it's crazy that y'all just let me. And speaking of, I'm very excited for Scarlet and Violet because the game is going to be non-linear and you'll be able to take it in any direction, so you can do the gyms in any order. And Christy, I think it was you that shared to me like a picture of like from Pokemon Origins where Brock was like, oh, you don't have any badges yet. So he just only took out 2 Pokemon from his center there, and so he can challenge them. And I think that was always like the headcanon of people that was like, so what if you happen to go to Pewter Gym last? Would the Pokemon still be like easy? But that confirms it. Like if theoretically speaking, if you went out of order, then it would be different. Hey, by the way, we're in the clothing shop. We're finally here.
I know it takes a long time.
It does, and for those who may have played the original, this used to be the game corner. But now it's a clothing store because, gambling is not a thing anymore in the Pokemon games.
And they can't have it, unfortunately. Or it's frowned upon.
So by default, we have the Platinum style, which, I'll probably do that when we go into, like, the snowier regions. But I want to see what kind of clothes we can buy. I haven't seen any of the female outfits, so let's see what we got here. We got the Pikachu hoodie.
Pikachu hoodie is adorable.
That's probably going to be a strong contender. What else we got? Overall style. Not feeling it. It's cute, though.
I really like the Cyber one.
This is Eevee jacket. This is also pretty cute.
It is adorable.
Gengar jacket style. Decent.
So, I mean, it's like the Eevee, but,
Oh, wow. You're not kidding. The Cyber style is great. Wow.
Right?
That is so nice. Wow.
Right?
The winter style. Oh, that's cute.
I mean,
I prefer the platinum style, but for cold weather. But spring style, it's all right.
I know.
It's very schoolgirlish, but I'm down with it. Casual style. God, I'm so jealous. The female styles are so much better than the male styles. I couldn't figure out what to wear, so I ended up. They just weren't that great. And then we had the leather jackets. Oh my God! What? That's so good. I have the leather jacket style.
Right?
I have the leather jacket style for my trainer in the in Shining Pro, but the girls look so much better.
Right?
All right, we gotta make it.
Right?
All right, Chris, we gotta make a decision. Money's not an object. Which one are we doing? Because okay,
Um,
if you're asking me personally, here's what I'm between. I'm between Pikachu hoodie, cyber style. What was casual style? Was that one? No, that one was okay. Spring style was leather. Okay, so I'm between cyber, Pikachu, or leather.
um, hmm. Totally
Again,
up to you because I like them all. I did
okay,
get Pikachu,
I'm sure you did.
but
Yes.
I also got the cyber style, but I haven't used it yet, and I haven't gotten the leather style. So it's totally up to you.
Okay,
They're all great.
the cyber style, like, yeah, no, we have to go cyber style. I think it is so good. It is such a good outfit. Like it's really good.
Right?
I will say though, there's an NPC later on in like near I think near Snow Point City that you get something from this NPC for wearing reasonable clothes that make sense for the winter style. So if you're wearing either the winter style outfit when you talk to this NPC or the platinum outfit, you'll get something from that NPC. But
What?
we don't need to buy the winter style because again, we just use the platinum outfit for that, and I think that one looks better than the winter style personally. Anyway, yeah, cyber style
Yeah.
it is.
I had no idea that was a thing.
I'm sure we'll interact with them. I will try to remember to do so. Um, yeah, that's not bad at all. We can do the outfits one more time because maybe we'll change up the outfit later on. I just realized the Gengar and Eevee jacket are similar.
Right?
Yeah,
It's just, I mean, a change of like the color of the jacket, and that's about it.
yeah,
I mean, I'm like, I do like it. It's adorable.
yeah. We'll go with the cyber style for now. But maybe later on we'll just to switch it up. All right, let's move right along. So yeah, again, like I said earlier, this was originally the game corner, and this was originally the prize prize distribution center where you use your coins. But now it's just basically the storage unit for the clothing store. So they figured out something to do with the space essentially.
Hmm.
Alrighty, let's. I was trying to head to the. Oh, hey, look who it is. Hey, Lucas, like our new fit? Hey, Rodani, are you gonna take on the gym leader? Wow, you just keep getting tougher and tougher. Me? Well, I took a look in the department store, and I mean, yeah, of course I've been working on my Pokedex, but, well, anyways, keep it up. I'll see you around. That's right, we haven't gone to the department store. Wait! We gotta go check the department store. I'm sure it's gotta be like somewhere near the top of the town, right?
Hmm.
Okay. This is where the Galactic base was. So, the department store was here? No. Oh, here it is. A shop full of dreams. It's smaller than I expected. Discover a new you, Veilstone Department Store. Alright, what do you have? Okay, this is basically just your general items. And this counter has this stuff. We still have 92 Pokeballs, so, you know, I'm just going to try to use those up first.
Huh.
Department store. Up the escalator we go. Escalator world. This is the ride. Okay, this is where you can get all your X weapons, drugs. And then the heavy duty ones, the permanent stat boosts. Ooh, the counter app over the counter. We got the counter Poketch app. Can be used to count up to 9,999. Neat. Free. Who doesn't love free stuff?
Right? They don't. They must be crazy.
She says, where can I find a dress that looks good in a super contest show? I mean, the dress she's wearing is actually pretty nice.
Hmm.
Though I will be honest, elegant looking dresses have been ruined for me a little bit after the third Ace Attorney game. That's all I'm going to say about that, because we haven't gotten there yet in our long-running Ace Attorney playthrough. And here's the TMs that you can buy. I'm going to buy a Flash TM for later. But I think that's the only one I'm going to buy for now. Yes, okay. Because we need to find our friend later in that dark cave. We just can't do it now. Yeah. These are like the really powerful moves. I might come back here later in the game to like scoop up some of those more powerful moves, but for a fire type mace, just Fire Blast, you might. Maybe one day we'll give that to a Maximus. And this pedestal's interesting. Don't need any of that. And more pedestals. Why isn't this like the Celadon place? Where's the game consoles? I love the little. I love the quotes you could get from the game consoles, where it's like one that says, "A sports game, Dad would love this," which is the only reference is made to your father in that original Pokemon game, by the way. Then you go to another one that said, "It's a RPG. There's no time for that." When you're playing an RPG, right there, I always love that one. All right, down the elevator we go. Actually, no, let me not do this because I think there might be someone worth talking to up here. Two buff guys standing side by side. Okay, what does this bug catcher say? Okay, never mind. There is nothing up here. Time to go. What were the other genres? I think one of them is... Oh yeah, it's a puzzle game. It looks addicting. It's a fighting game. Looks intense. Ironically enough, all those genres have been explored in Pokemon at one point or another. Fighting games, RPGs, obviously. Puzzle games, and what was the last one that I had said? Fighting game, sports games. Yeah, there has to have been Pokemon sports games. Like what? There's Dash, but there has to have been other ones too.
Oh.
All right. Now that we can defeat the gym leader of Veilstone City, so let's go. I forgot how this gym is. Oh, that's right. It's this gym. Yes. Yes. Alright, we gotta be careful because Maximus is a bit underleveled, but I'm hoping that he can pull through. I just hope none of these trainers have like Poliwhirls or something like that. If any trainer here has a Poliwhirl, it's Sterling's fault.
I know he loves Poliwhirl.
It's his favorite Pokemon of all time. Darren. It's a Machoke. Alright, it probably has low special defense. I'm gonna try an Ember and see what we can do. Okay, it is 4 levels higher. That's a little concerning, but we're gonna give it a try anyway. And it is a Machoke. Okay, we're faster. I mean, we should be. That did nothing. Okay. It knows Poison Jab. That's gonna hurt a lot. Maximus, come back. We're gonna... Wait, what? God, what happened? Shoot. I'd send Christy out, but he doesn't have anything that's like super effective against the Macho.
No, I do not.
Oh, that's right. Kimba's a Luxray now. That happened last stream.
Oh.
It's grown up so much.
He's an adult now.
He's
a little baby.
He's all grown up. We're so proud of you.
Hmm.
Now he can fight his evil uncle for the pride. Wait, that's the wrong version of that story. What is it? Okay, he's using Vital Throw. Did a decent amount of damage to Oliver, but nothing he can't handle. Get him, Mr. Queen. Alright. So while we're going through the battles, Christy, I did promise that we would discuss something as we're going through the battles. And that's, those big Final Fantasy VII announcements that happened in the stream in their live stream yesterday, the one they told everyone to watch, and it was actually worth it. So that's cool. So why don't
I feel like
go for
Square,
it.
they're doing better.
They are. They understand that Final Fantasy VII is important. So let's go one by one and just like the announcements as they came. So they started off, in my opinion, a very smart way. They got the merchandise out of the way first. Not saying that the merchandise isn't hype, because there's some cool stuff that they showed, but they knew what people were there for, so they just wanted to get that stuff out of the way first. So
yeah,
you got the Buster Sword Clock rather, which looks really cool. I'm probably gonna pick that up. You have some new Play Arts Kai figures coming out. The one that I'm really interested in getting is the one of Roche, because I really my favorite new characters from Final Fantasy VII Remake was Roche and Johnny, because they're both just so ridiculous, but they're hyped about being ridiculous, so I like it about them. If they do a figure of Johnny, I will totally get that too.
You totally would.
I would, but I will. Oh no! Oliver got poisoned. Oh, we gotta help him. No, we can't let our poor burb friend get hurt.
No, not our poor burb friend.
Super potion. We also have like 10 Moo Milks because I bought it at that one place that we stopped at. There we go. You see, Christy, I take care of Bird just as well as Micaiah does.
You do.
Another poison jab. We can't get poisoned again. We do take this poison. I have an antidote. We'll be okay. Bag. Antidote. Anyway, so yeah, that was the first thing, the merchandise. Then they went into the mobile stuff. Again, wise of them to get the stuff, that's kind of stuff out of the way first. Final Fantasy VII, the First Soldier, continues to look really cool, and I continue to be sad that it is not on consoles. We got a first-time viewer, Chaos Observer 666, saying hiya. Hello, Chaos Observer. Thank you for coming to our stream.
Hi.
We appreciate it. Max just went up a level. Very good, very good. Yeah, so... Yeah, no, because I think I told you, Christy, that I had played the open beta that they had for the First Soldier, and I actually really ended up enjoying it. It was a lot of fun. But I didn't enjoy playing it on my phone. Like, everything about it, like, if that is a game that came out on literally any of the consoles, and I could just use a controller on a big screen to play that, I would probably play it a lot, actually. It was actually
you would like it more.
Yeah. Chaos Observer says, in Pokemon Shield, he's doing the Galar Star Tournament with my huge power Regigigas. Let's go! That Regigigas is gonna sweep the Star Tournament. I remember when we did the Star Tournament as our finale for our Shield playthrough. We teamed up with Marnie, and unfortunately, as cool as it is teaming up with Marnie, her final battle unfortunately is not as cool as you teamed up with Hop, which is a shame. I wish it was more balanced in that regard, but it was still cool.
Exactly. I think it was such a nice touch, to be honest.
But yeah, that you can partner up with so many characters that actually results in different things. Like, I do want to do more of that before Scarlet and Violet comes out. Whether I have time to, I guess, is another story, but I will certainly give it an effort to do so. I'm gonna see if I can use up some potions here and play a little stall game. Anyway, continuing with the Final Fantasy VII news, yeah, the First Soldier, I remain hopeful that one day they'll think to put it on consoles, but, you know, it is what it is. What is also on mobile, that I'm not as upset that's going to be on mobile, is Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically the exact same story of Final Fantasy VII, but you don't need to purchase separate games to play it.
Yes.
It's just one game.
Exactly. So, yeah, like, for those who don't know what Ever Crisis is, it's essentially, well, right up the bat, they say another possibility for a remake, and I think that's a pretty good way to put it, because, don't want to go into too much detail, about this, but like about the ending of remake specifically, but it's clear that it's going to be kind of going in a different direction. Oh, before I continue, Chaos River says, to be honest, I don't really care about Final Fantasy. It feels needlessly complicated mechanics-wise. I will say that there are definitely some Final Fantasy games that are pretty complicated mechanic-wise. And, well, some, to a degree, almost all of them are, I guess. They're definitely, while they started off as, like, traditional JRPGs, they've definitely gone in their own directions, which helps them stand out, I feel. Like, even Final Fantasy X, I find 10 to be a great Final Fantasy to start with because I think it's a lot easier than a lot of the other ones, at least initially. But it does have its own unique leveling system, and not everybody clicks with it right away. For example. But I've enjoyed the series. Like I am not gonna say I've enjoyed every game in the series, but the ones I've played so far, I think I've enjoyed. I think the only one I didn't necessarily hate it, but it wasn't really grabbing me. Was probably 10-2. Like
10-2 is kind of rough. Just because it's such a huge departure from 10's battle system in a way.
Yeah. It's a shame because I was actually on board with the story where it was going. It's definitely a more goofier take on the 10's world, but I actually like that about it, and I love that it was like the girls. Oh, I moved that. Wow, I didn't mean to do that just yet, but it looks okay. Karate quads. Anyway, but anyway, yeah. But like going back to FF7, like Ever Crisis is basically going through each of the different games in the compilation. But unlike Remake, which is going its own direction, Ever Crisis is basically just the original story, essentially being retold, like just to, like told straight up, essentially. So yeah, well, you got the original FF7, which obviously the graphics are updated, but it's it's the same story. You got Crisis Core, which is being retold. It's even also telling games like Before Crisis, which had never come out in America previously. You have Dirge of Cerberus, which I'm interested in seeing how that gets translated to Ever Crisis gameplay, and even Advent Children.
I am very curious about that too.
And even Advent Children, which was a film, is also getting represented as a game. So yeah, I'm curious to see how all these go. Chaos Observer says, I'm into JRPGs but not Final Fantasy at all. I'm curious, which JRPGs do you typically gravitate to, Chaos Observer? Because I'm wondering if there's like how similar or different those may be. But anyways, while they're answering, yeah. So I'm interested in how Ever Crisis goes. Like they showed more of it, like the Crisis Core stuff. And before the next announcement, I was thinking to myself, well, at least we'll have one way to experience the story of Crisis Core, because it doesn't seem like that's coming back anytime soon. I said to myself. So at least I was there, and they were, to be fair, they were showing like the the initial Ever Crisis showing was just FF7 stuff, but this time they did go into like Crisis Core stuff. So I was like, okay, so it's not happening. This is how they're gonna do Crisis Core, and then we get to the next announcement,
which was the fact that they are remastering Crisis Core, which was nice.
They most certainly are. Yeah, like to steal a line from Persona 5, I kind of didn't see it coming. I mean, this is hinted at a lot, but here's the thing: like, I believe that it might be a case that could happen. But when I started seeing when they were specifically advertising Crisis Core stuff on like
Ever Crisis.
Ever Crisis, I was like, okay, maybe it's not happening. Maybe this is just how it's going to be. But then they showed it, and I'm so happy. And I'm very happy because I never got to play Crisis Core. Like I kind of, I had a Vita. I did have a PSP at some point, but by the time I got into it, I wasn't quite into FF7 yet. It wasn't until I had the Vita that I was kind of more into getting like old FF7 games. But Crisis Core was never available for download, so that didn't happen.
Yeah, which is unfortunate, because I did enjoy the game. It's probably one of my favorite games of that era from Final Fantasy, to be honest.
Yeah, for sure. But I'm interested in trying it myself. Chaos Observer answered. They say Persona, Shin Megami Tensei, Pokemon, Digimon, Shining Resonance Refrain. I'm trying to get into Death End Request. I'm not familiar with that last one, Death End Request. Are you, Christy?
I'm not familiar either.
Okay, but the other ones, yeah, no, we know we know those very well, and I would say that. Did you ever try, Chris? Did you ever try the demo for Shining Residence Refrain?
Mm-mm. I
Okay.
did not.
So yeah, it came. I think it came out like I think that was actually pretty early into the Switch life cycle that they actually did that. Oh no! Oh no, Maximus!
Not Maximus.
Oh my god. Okay, we gotta do the revive because it needs this experience. We gotta get it stronger. I'm gonna do. I'm gonna send in King DDD for a second. God dang it. Anyways. Yeah, no, it was fun. It was fun. It wasn't enough that I wanted to like buy it right then and there, but it's a game that I want to get to one day. And recently on Does It Hold Up, I got to its originators, the Shining Force game, the original Shining Force on Genesis, which is a fantastic game. And to my shock, Shining Force was actually a tactical RPG, turn-based tactical, a la Fire Emblem. Years before Fire Emblem would make its way into the West, there was a game that you could play that had that similar gameplay, and that was Shining Force, and I was very happy to see that, actually. But the more recent Shining games are not tactical RPGs. They're very much more traditional turn-based, like Shining Residence Refrain was. No, it's a good game. I mean, I know you don't have time for it, but I do recommend giving the demo a try. It's actually sort of quite fun. But, yeah, the other ones, I mean, she and I are very familiar with the rest of those series. You know, Persona, Shin Megami Tensei, Pokemon, Digimon. And we're playing a Pokemon game right now. We're obviously in there. And I just realized that my camera's like blocking the enemy's health. Let me move myself to the top.
Oh, I just realized that too.
Yeah.
Totally forgot.
Yeah, sorry about that for anyone watching. You guys should be able to see it now. Anyway, Digimon games have been on the up and up lately, I will say. Like Digimon games used to be kind of hit or miss, honestly. Like, I remember back in the day, my favorite one was Digimon World 3. And I think that's a really good game. But it is so grindy. Like, you have to do so much grinding just to make, like, really good progress in the game. Like, it's not balanced well in that regard at all, unfortunately. Wait, Chaos River says Shining Residence Frame is not turn-based use RPG, but it's live combat. God, am I misremembering? It's, to be fair, it had been, like, 5 years since I played the game, so I apologize if my memory has just, like, failed me there. But all I remember for sure is that it definitely wasn't a tactical RPG. But yeah, no, I believe you. I mean, you're the one that plays it. So it's just, yeah, it's been a while. Anyways. But yeah, no, recent Digimon games have been very good. Cyber Sleuth, I remember buying that game on a whim when I saw, like, it on a Best Buy shelf. So Best Buy did, like, this, Anime Week thing where it was, like, doing, like, sales on, like, a lot of different anime games. And I saw Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth on the shelf, and I was like, oh, I haven't bought a Digimon game in forever. And it's the first time in I had forever and since that I just like bought a game at home. I didn't know anything about this game. I just decided Digimon buy, and that was it. And I played it, and I actually really liked it. It was really good. It took that game takes a lot of lessons from not only the SMT series but Final Fantasy X, because it has a similar like turn command system where you can just like see which moves are whose turn is coming up next. And KS River agrees. The Cyber Sleuth Complete Edition is the best Digimon game I ever played, and wasn't archaic and tedious. It's incredible. It is really good. It actually is very good. It was originally a Vita game, so the graphics, do look like it's a Vita game, but that's fine. The game itself actually plays very well. But you can get both games in like a bundle on Switch, which is nice. It is on my list to do one day because I really did enjoy it. But at the time I was playing it, like other things had come out, so I didn't like finish it. And I heard Digimon World Next Order was also very good, but I haven't tried that one. And Digimon Survive, after much delay, is finally coming out next month. And I so desperately want to make time for it because it's a Digimon game with both visual novel and tactical RPG elements, and like that is right up my alley. So I got to give that game a go. Like I'm going to do everything I can to just like have time to play that. We'll see how it works, but I'm gonna try. That's all I can really say.
Great try. I hope for the best.
Yeah, and then Persona Shin Megami Tensei. Listen. Persona 5, Persona 5 was like my first hardcore Persona game. I dabbled a little bit in 1 and 3 beforehand, but 5 was the first one I really put like a serious time into, and that's one of my favorite RPGs of all time. And I not only played through all of Persona 5 Original, but immediately after that, I jumped right into Persona 5 Royal and ended up beating that game too. Now we're hearing that, 5 is going to be coming to both Xbox Series systems as well as a PS5 upgrade. And my goodness, if they do save transfer for the PS5 version with the upgrade, I will do that New Game Plus. Because I would love to see Persona 5 again in the next 60 FPS that will be offered.
What?
I love it. It is such a great game. And Shin Megami Tensei, I haven't gotten so much in like the mainline yet so far just yet. 4 I got in the 3DS. It was my first SMT game. It's really hard. Shin Megami Tensei 4 is very hard.
Yeah, it's very difficult for the most part, and I haven't even started it quite yet, but I have heard that it is very difficult. It's on my bucket list of games to play, which I'm like, I have a large backlog.
Indeed. And Shin Megami Tensei 5 came out, which I desperately want more time to play that, but that came out the same week as well, not the same week, but like a week before the game we're playing right now. So, timing hasn't been kind to like get to these games that we really want to play, unfortunately. But I do hope to get to it at some point. Chaos Evolution, they almost definitely won't offer cross-platform New Game Plus. Man, I hope you're wrong. Like, no offense, but I really hope you're wrong. Because I as much as I really want that upgrade, if I'm going to do another run of Royal, I really want to do that New Game Plus. Like, it's been something that I've been wanting to do for a while, but that would get me to do it. I just feel like it's not something I would do right away. Especially if the upgrade isn't free. Then I most certainly won't do it. But,
I mean, if anything, you can just play on your disc. Insert the disc into your PS5 and play it.
He says he says he's cynical and the realist. That's why I say that. I mean, you're probably right. Like, I'm hopeful, but you very well could be right. We'll see what happens with that. But yeah, those series that I mentioned, Christy. Like, any comments about those? Like, what are some? Is there any JRPGs that they didn't say that you like that you enjoy?
For me?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No, that's about it. I've been kind of playing through Xenoblade and I really enjoy it.
Man, that is also on my list too. Like 3 is
see
coming.
why Toby likes it.
Oh yeah, Toby adores Xenoblade.
I can see why Toby adores it. I really enjoy what I'm playing so far, and I just need to level up my characters, but it's really enjoyable.
I played it I put a good amount of. It's funny. I own all 3 versions that of released of the original Xenoblade, but I haven't finished any of them. Like I played a little bit of the Wii version. I was lucky enough to get it before it became hard to find. Then I got the new Nintendo 3DS version, and I got pretty far on that one, but I also didn't finish that one. Oh my god, this Machoke knows Bulldoze, but it's okay. Kimba take the hits. What was I gonna say? Darn. Oh yeah, and then of course Definitive Division came out on Switch, and I played a good amount of that. But yeah, that's obviously the one I'm gonna try to finish. But yeah, in time. Chaos says, I've always sort of wanted to play Final Fantasy, but I'm willing to no Life 1 franchise because there are so many Final Fantasy titles. I mean, yeah, there are a lot, but I don't personally know anyone even that has played every single one of them, and I certainly haven't found many people that even like every single one of them. Like, with so many titles, you can't expect them to all be great. And of course, you don't necessarily even need to play all of them because they all have different stories anyway.
Each Final Fantasy is a different story. I think the only person who may have played every single one of them might be a Twitch streamer by the name of Unaleska.
Yes, Unaleska. I was actually
she
thinking
might
of her.
be the only one.
She might have played every single one. But that's still a lot of them. I remember there was also this Twitch streamer that did a news report about a few months ago that had if a Final Fantasy game was on PlayStation, he has platinumed every single one of them, like every single Final Fantasy game.
Which I mean, you do you, because I don't have time to platinum games.
Yeah.
Maybe I will like platinum Kingdom Hearts, but even then I'm like, no, I have other games to play.
I did platinum Kingdom Hearts 3 because I really enjoy that game. It's still currently my favorite Kingdom Hearts game. Like, we're way past the honeymoon phase, and I'm still willing to say it's my favorite. But Chaos versus, I'm also going to sift through which ones I like, only to be disappointed because I like the Final Fantasy was a one-off. There's that too. No, that's a very fair point. Because they are different, because each one is a very different game. If you find yourself attached to one and it doesn't come back in another, then yeah, that is totally something that could happen. Real quick, Christy. Christy, the Mew, wants to learn Ancient Power, and I'm trying to figure out what to replace with it. It doesn't know, I'm going to get rid of Baton Pass because it doesn't know any boosting moves right now, so that's kind of useless, unfortunately. But I will say that the most popular Final Fantasy games have found their mechanics transferring to like just RPGs in general. Like for example, if you like Chaos, you said that you really enjoy Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth. I think you'd really enjoy Final Fantasy X. Just that specific one. Now it does have again a complicated leveling system that it takes a second to get used to. So that's a turn off. Then I don't blame you. But I think if you enjoy the overall gameplay of Cyber Sleuth, the Final Fantasy X might be one that you enjoy. Yeah. Let me see. Machoke. Let me switch into Maximus. So he can get the nice little levels.
He needs to be leveled up.
He definitely does, because I want him to be good, big and strong. Eventually Rapidash that can destroy everything and anything. Anyway. But yeah, going back to Crisis Core real quick. Yeah, no, I'm thankful that I will finally have the chance to try that game, and it's coming out everywhere, literally every single system. I didn't expect that, especially considering like I thought it was gonna be like a PlayStation exclusive. So to find out it's also coming out on Xbox systems and Switch, which means you could still be able to play it handheld in that regard. That's great. I think that's really cool.
I think, for the most part, Crisis Core, with it being a PSP title, it would do really well on the Switch, especially with how the game is formatted. I really, really desperately wish that they would release Type 0 for the Switch, just because of how the game is structured. That game is perfect for handheld, but unfortunately, Square will be Square Enix. They'll do whatever they want.
Type 0 is probably not on their high priorities, unfortunately. Which, you wrote an article about that on our website, hpcritical.com, the compilation of Final Fantasy VII, The Iron is Hot. And it is. I think this is the best time that they could have released it. Real quick, Hail Service said, did you see my comment? I'm assuming you're referring to one that says where you have, in regards to sift through Final Fantasy. Yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier. Because, like what I was saying in regards to that was, like, if you're sifting through Final Fantasy and you do find one that you actually do like, that you may not see its gameplay return. And the crazy thing is that can happen even in the games that are directly connected. Like Final Fantasy X, its direct sequel, FF10-2, has very different gameplay than the original FF10.
It's almost like a return to the active time battle system, to be honest.
Yes,
I feel like, I don't remember, but I feel like at the time they weren't too impressed with the battle system for Final Fantasy X, and then after that, Square, they were like, okay, fine, you guys don't like it, we'll switch back to active time battle, and then they realize, wait a minute, hold up.
Yeah, people don't realize what they enjoy until it's unfortunately too late, but it is what it is. But yeah, anyway, getting back to the Crisis Core reunion, I'm just very thankful.
But honestly, with most Final Fantasy, going back to Final Fantasy, I think with most titles, you'll be able to kind of know which game you'll enjoy within like the first hour or so.
I wish there was a better way you could like which way you could. I guess if you have an Xbox system, Game Pass, I guess would be a good way to go about it, because there are a lot of games there that you can just get through Game Pass and give it a try. But, that requires you to have something that has Game Pass, which there's more and more of those devices that you see. Like, they're coming to smart TVs now, Game Pass. So, Chaos says, I like ARP, action RPGs, but I despise where it's half turn-based and half action-based, where it feels clunky and terrible. What were you going to say?
I'm just trying to see what games would be like that I've played. Well,
there are definitely a lot of games that do fall into that category, where they're action RPGs, but they do have like the turn-based things to it. I would say, even though I enjoy still one of the few that I've seen these days that still enjoy the original Kingdom Hearts, I would say that one definitely kind of did a little bit more of a mix in terms of the turn-based and action because it's a bit slower game, you know. So I think in that regards.
Well, I don't think it was too much of a turn-based. Well, that's more like Chain of Memories, the remake one.
Sure.
I feel like.
Kinda. It's more speaking to the fact that the first two Kingdom Hearts games were a bit on the slower side compared to later ones, which are a lot more fast-paced. Yeah, Chaos says that those two things are not mixed for me. Yeah, I get it. If you like, you'll want one or the other, like a pure turn-based or a pure action RPG. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Tales of Symphonia kind of crosses into that as well, where that's definitely an action RPG, but
well, that's mostly like Tales game in general. I feel like most of the Tales game, they're like that mixture of that hybrid. Well, Xenoblade is kind of like that as well too, but I think it does it well. Feel less clunky.
Yes, for sure. Final Fantasy XII and Xenoblade Chronicles do play pretty similar, I would say.
They do. Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough. He says Shining Resonance Refrain was like peak action RPG for them.
I've never played, so I can't really have any input.
Yeah. No, I do remember enjoying that game. Like, it is something I do definitely want to put time. Okay, Chaos Urban does confirm that he is a he. Thank you for pointing that out. Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's tough. It is tough. Because they are all very different. Like I guess the ones that are the most similar are like the early Final Fantasy games. They are a little more similar in how they played.
The earlier Final Fantasy games would be more in line with like how the earlier Persona games were like, except that if you're playing for Persona 3, I know I started off with Persona 3 Portable, and supposedly it was like a great entry point because they were like, yeah, you can finally control your allies and whatnot, because the PS2 version, you weren't even able to control your allies, and in the final boss battle,
yeah, I can see that. I can see that. I've heard some tough stories about that, and thank you so much. Chaos, yeah. I always do appreciate that. Anyway, yeah.
But yeah, I think the older Final Fantasy titles, especially like starting from 4, they're more in line. Like between 4 and 6, they're more in line with like how Persona like typically plays, which is like true turn-based and whatnot.
Yeah, for sure.
Final Fantasy 7 is where they introduced the active time battle, or the OG Final Fantasy 7. And 8, it's been a while since I played 8.
So I want to be very free about saying this actually. I'm not as huge a fan of like the active turn battle compared to just pure turn based. Like I like having time to think.
You would totally say that.
I like having it, on that note, I'm 100% with Chaos Observer. Like, you don't want to have like a mix of it. To like, either it needs to be purely action based where I'm constantly on the move, or it has to be turn based where I have infinite time to think. Like, I'm not. I don't hate action. Active time battle RPGs. I mean, I played a good bit of OG FF7 and enjoyed what I played, but I'm more likely to just choose a game that have one or the other. In that case, Cassim says he has a jailbroken PS4, so like games are like $3.99. Okay, well there's that too. So I mean, it's just a matter of timing then. Like if you want to like dedicate the time, but you know, we Christy and I are understand all too well that their time is like really limited sometimes. Like, had we had infinite time, there's so many other games I'm sure we'd both try. But you know,
yeah, I would actually clear my backlog, finish up Star Ocean for my PS2.
You did mention Star Ocean a few days ago, actually, to myself and Jarrell. It's another series I'd like to give a try at some point too.
I like the one Star Ocean Till the End of Time for the PS2 a lot. I tried playing the one that for the PS3 and it just did not. I just wasn't a fan.
I get you. Chaos says, I can try games before I buy and throw the devs the money if they deserve the money, which I often do. And that's fair. I think there's a lot of people that share that sentiment as well. They try before they buy. If they actually like the game, then they'll do it. That's what I was saying earlier about, like, for those who have, like, Game Pass, you can do that as well. And at the beginning, very beginning of this stream, I had mentioned that for NSO members, Stardew Valley is currently available for NSO members to try for free for the next few days. And then if you like it, you can just buy it afterwards, but you get to essentially play the full game until the trial runs out, essentially. Like, it's not a demo.
Do you know if Final Fantasy 2, like the SNES version, is up on NSO? Because that is technically Final Fantasy 4.
No. Unfortunately, none of the Final Fantasy games are on NSO right now.
Wishful thinking on my end.
Yeah, no. There are no... Excluding Breath of Fire 2, which I think Square helped publish, there are no Square games on NSO at all right now, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Chaos says, I'm not trying to get every game free for all times. He's totally willing to give them money if they provide a high-quality game. Yeah, that's fair.
That's always fair. Granted, everybody's opinion is different, but that is fair, just because games are expensive.
Games are very expensive.
It is an expensive hobby, and so it's like, well, you buy a game that really you just weren't a fan of, and then you're stuck with it unless you go to GameStop to sell it, in which case you're like, well, you're getting pennies back.
Yeah, it's you're really not getting much for those return games, unfortunately. Yeah, it is what it is. Anyway, we're about to go up against Maylene. I'm just healing my Pokemon real quick. We will suspend the FF talk for a second. while we go do this fight. This is gonna be a hard fight. Our team is not the most geared for this, but we'll do our best. We have Oliver, but Oliver is not gonna be great against the main on Maylene's team. But Maximus might be. Unfortunately, Maximus is very low level, so I don't think it will. Chaos says only games that power with zero morse are games that companies legitimately refuse to sell, even unwilling to pay them. Yeah, that's a problem. There's a lot of, like, unfortunately, the game industry, the game corporations, very few of them really value game preservation and making the games readily available to those who would be willing to purchase them or acquire them via services like Game Pass or NSO. There's just so many of them that are just not available in those circumstances. And, you know, I'm of the opinion if they're not selling you the game, then I don't think there's a problem with acquiring it. That's just my opinion on the matter. I think if it is available to purchase, I think that they should be paid. Like, I do believe that. But, like, you know, there's no way to get an English version of, say, Mother 3, for example. So, you know, if you really, really want to know Lucas's story, then that's literally the only way you can do it, through fan translations, essentially. Kazur says, if they don't take my money, then I will Jack Sparrow that shit with no guilt in my heart. Jack Sparrow.
I mean, you want to throw money at them, and there are times it's like they're like, no, we don't want it, fam.
I was like, all right, then you don't get our money, then. All right.
What am I supposed to do?
Anyways, hello, I'm pleased to meet you. I'm Maylene, and I'm the gym leader. I don't really know what it means to be strong or how I got to be the gym leader, but I will do the best I can as the gym leader. I take battling very seriously. Whenever you're ready, here we go. Maylene time. Forgot how many Pokemon. I think it's 3. Yeah, she has 3 Pokemon on her team.
So.
Okay, so she's sending out the Meditite first. All right, Maximus. 3 levels higher. I'm gonna give Max. Wait. The last time we said let's go have a fight of Meditite at New Rock Tomb or something like that. But you know, let's give it a chance. I'll throw out an Ember, see what we can do here. If we burn it, then wait. But what if it has pure power? It knows Drain Punch. That instantly took out Maximus. Oh my god.
No.
And it got almost all his health back. Okay. I'm gonna put out Kimba for a second. Chaos also says the other instance where he pirates with no remorse is when they do it, sell it, but it's through a shitty overpriced online service because that's anti-consumer BS. Which service are you talking about exactly? Like, or a cloud version? Oh, yeah, no, I don't. I don't. I do not deal with cloud version. Oh my god, we're at revives. Okay. Darn it, Maximus really needs the experience. What do we do here? I did say before the fight. I'm legit thinking of just like resetting real quick. Yeah, you know what? Maximus needs this XP. This is a gym leader. There's so much XP here. God dang it. I hope I don't have to redo those like slide puzzles again, because that's the whole reason I was using items to heal instead of going to the Pokemon Center, because I wasn't sure if that reset if you left the gym.
I think it did reset a little bit.
Oh my god. We do need revives, because Chaos says they're referring to what NSO on PlayStation has been doing. We legitimately gotta leave this gym. Don't want to do this. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Yeah, we gotta go all the way to the mart. Hold on, can I? On the bike. I don't think that's gonna matter too much. It's like right here. Okay, I think the revive is available at this part. Yeah, let's get some revives. We need at least 10. Oh, I can only buy 7. Oh, I forgot. Wait, what? No, I can buy more. Okay, it was weird. My stick was like doing something weird. I'm also gonna buy some hyper potions since I'm here. I can also buy max potion. You know what? Max potion. Chaos says, you know, I'm talking about that the tier PlayStation was doing, where locks all the good stuff behind a ridiculously high price tier. Yeah, like I haven't subscribed to the higher tiers personally, and mine's not even like moral or anti-consumer. It's just that that's a lot of games that I'm not even gonna play right now. Honestly.
Yeah, it's a lot of games, and as of now, they really haven't shown why we should.
Yeah, nothing about that service right at the moment has shown me why I should at the moment.
It's like me and Game Pass, where I'm like, yeah, I should probably get an Xbox to get Game Pass because that's a great service, and then all of a sudden Charles is like, hey guys, they removed this game. I was like, what?
Yeah, there's that too. Them removing games is not cool. Yeah, but I will say one cool thing that PlayStation is doing is that if you have already purchased a said classic game from like one of the older systems, like PlayStation 3 or 4 or whatever, you can just download it for free, which is what I did yesterday, because I had bought the PS1 emulated game of Toy Story 2: Buzz Lightyear to the Rescue on PS3, and it showed up on the PlayStation 5 store, and I just downloaded the PS5 version of it, which was great. I didn't have to pay anything extra. Like, I just got to download it. It was great. And it is a nice little,
do that. But that's nice.
It is a nice upscaled version as well. Yeah. Darn it! I gotta do all this again. Why did they make it this way? Jeez. Ugh. This sucks. What did Chaos say? That service is garbage on PlayStation. That was a shame because PlayStation makes great consoles. They do.
And I mean, I kind of get why the price is the way that they are for some of the games, especially since PS3 apparently like PS3 games were not the easiest to develop for, and I'm like, well, but at the same time I'm like, no, not right now.
Yeah, apparently they really messed up the emulation for the well, not messed up the emulation, but something about PS3 emulation makes it so they can only stream the games, which is very unfortunate.
It is.
Chaos says Xbox has the right idea on backwards compatibility on Game Pass at the same time that no, it's the Xbox with its Game Pass is very pro consumer, and the only reason I haven't really jumped on it too highly is because I just don't have time. Wish I did. With infinite time and money, I would I would not be working. I would instead be making trips to the state that Chrissy lives, like maybe every other month, and just play multiplayer games in person with all these Game Pass games. But it's not really possible. I keep pushing this in the wrong direction. There we go. Speaking of, I still got to look up the if I can take off for that day that the Final Fantasy go back to Final Fantasy, that concert in your area. So if I can make a trip or not, because I will go.
I don't know.
I
still haven't decided if I want to go or not. I'm like,
I've never been to one of those FF concerts, so I would actually legitimately love to go. Okay, the puzzle's finally done.
Oh yeah, that's right. You went to the Kingdom Hearts one.
I did.
For some reason in my mind, I was like, oh yeah, that's the Final Fantasy. No, it's the Kingdom Hearts one. Okay.
Yeah, no, it was the Kingdom Hearts one. I went with Jarrell, Job, and David. It was a great time. It was the first time that I had seen I think any of them in person, so that was fun. Despite the fact that David and I lived pretty close, that was the first time that he and I had physically hung out. Obviously, we've done it several times since. We're trying to right now, he and I, hang out at Disney at some point. But we'll see when that can happen. Because I've been working so much lately. Chaos says, the reason I'm wanting to never pirate extra games, they literally offer you backwards compatibility for free and Game Pass, and they price drop, and you can buy them cheap easily. That's why he never pirates them. They are pro consumer. I feel like it's unnecessary to pirate from them. Okay. He also doesn't tend to pirate Steam games because they're incredibly pro-consumer. I just don't feel the need. Steam games go on sale a lot.
They do.
Sometimes, back in the day, a few of my friends would, they would buy a whole bunch of Steam games. I'm sure they've never played, but because it was so cheap. Some of them were as cheap as $2 for some.
Yeah, sometimes they go as low as $1.
Yeah, so that's that's pretty good. I'm switching over to Kimba because I wanted to keep Maximus, but that Drain Punch did a lot of damage, and he'll get the health back from that, and that's unfortunate. And Chaos is definitely not a fan of Epic based on his comment. I know.
Yeah, definitely not.
Yeah. There we go. Oko Spark. Let's go. Oh, Kimbo's gotten so strong. I'm so proud of him. And Machoke is the next Pokemon, so let's get Maximus back out so he can get that delicious XP. You're going to be strong. I believe in you. It's just you unfortunately had to be caught time doing the fighting gym. And the worst part is I think the next gym leader is Crash Your Wake. So, it's like when you choose. It's like if you choose Charmander and Red and Blue version, you're weak against the first two gym leaders. It's a shame. Actually, I'm gonna send Oliver here because I probably won't be able to use him for the last Pokemon that Maylene has. So I'll just let him get some battling in. My boy George is on chat. What's good, dog? Dropping me a lurk? Man, I appreciate that, though. Ah, it's the Rock Tomb! No!
Oh, no.
Oh, man. Chaos says in 99% of cases, though, he just buys his PC games because he doesn't care enough to pirates that are so pro-consumer, especially Steam. Yep. This Aerial Ace needs to get this Oko, or at least close to it. Okay, okay, that's close. We'll take those. We just gotta survive this rock too. Okay, it's okay. We lost a lot of steam. We lost a lot of speed though. Oh god. I hope we are still faster. No! Picked up the KO on Oliver. Darn it. Oh, okay. I'm gonna send in Christy to finish this. Christy's gonna finish this mean Machoke with a Volt Switch. No! Didn't finish it!
Oh.
Oh, this complicates things majorly. I'm just sending King DDD real quick. Hey man, I hope you had a good nap, George. And I always appreciate the support, my brother. Oh no, my Quick Claw's gone. It should be fine.
The Quick Claw.
It's okay. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Bubble Beam should pick up the KO on this Machoke here. Let's go. Okay. Okay. And for everyone watching, definitely give my boy McMuffins a follow on Twitch. My boy punts out like several streams a week, and it's great content. You'll definitely want to check his stuff out. Maximus wants to learn Flame Wheel. I don't think that's gonna work out because that's a physical move. It really sucks that it's a minus special attack. Ugh. I'll replace Flame Charge with it though. That Vigility for you. All right, here it is, the big one, Lucario. This is what it's all about.
I forgot she had Lucario for a hot minute.
Mm-hmm. That's the main on her team. So we're gonna send out Maximus here. Definitely got to get the that nice delicious meat for Lucario. I remember watching the anime, the Sinnoh anime. Okay, hold on 1 second. Oh, but this isn't the end, my friend. And here comes Lucario. Ash's Weasel had like this really cool battle with Lucario in the anime that I really enjoyed actually. Do I dare go try the Ember here against Lucario? Because it is part steel. I'm gonna try it.
You can try to see.
The Drain Punch came out and that was an OHKO! It's faster! It's faster than my plus speed Maximus! Okay. Alright. I'm gonna send Christy out for a second to so I can do a revive, because Christy's not gonna go down to anything Lucario has.
That's what Brandon says.
It knows Screech. Okay. Okay. That means she's trying to set up. But it's okay, because Christy's gonna be gone in like a second. I'm gonna use the Volt Switch and she's out. And she's faster. Let's go. Oh, that did a good amount of damage, too. Alright. So we don't quite have a Weasel to go fight Lucario. So we can't recreate that epic battle in the anime. However, we do have Kimba. And I think Kimba can handle this. Now, Lucario, I think its ability is inner focused. I do remember, I think, in one of the games, they gave it the hidden ability Justified, where if you hit it with any dark moves, it would gain attack. Also, Lucario just hit up a bulk up, so but that's okay. That puts it at neutral attack because I just intimidated it, so we should still be okay. Let's go ahead and use a Spark here. Lucario's faster. It's just using a Screech. Okay, that's fine. In the meantime, while you're Screeching, I'm just gonna take you out in one hit. Let's go. I hope. Oh no! Oh yes, let's go! Lucario got paralyzed. Let's go!
That works.
I'm in a bit of a bind, aren't I? Yeah, you are, girl. Let's go. Get that next spark in. Let's go. Let's go! Go, Kimba! Oh man, let's go. We beat it. We defeated Maylene! Woo! I shall admit defeat. You're much too strong. Ooh, we got the money because of the amulet coin. Delicious. Okay, you win. That was a tough loss. I learned a lot from it. Please, accept this gym badge. Yeah! I think that's the fist badge. Cabo badge, that's what it was called. Right. Fist badge, I think, was another game. I should explain about that badge. If you have that official Pokemon League badge, you can use the hidden move Fly from your Poketch. Oh, and please take these as well. Yeah, we can fly. And we got the stickers Maylene uses. And TM60s, which I'm assuming is Drain Punch. Yep. That move inflicts damage and it robs the target's HP. Gee, I'm hungry. Oh, sorry, it's nothing. I didn't say anything. Udania, I can't explain what it means to be strong or how much effort goes into it. But being a Pokemon lets us keep making the effort, doesn't it? Alright, let's get out of here. Oh god, wrong way. Ah. Oh no! Okay, it's okay, we're leaving now anyway. And that went all the way across. Hey, Lucas is back. I know why he's back. He saw Rudania's outfit and couldn't resist. Hey, Rudania, listen, I need your help. I dropped my Pokedex by accident. Team Galactic took it. You lost your Pokedex! That's like a Jedi's lightsaber. That's your life, man. Now they won't give back. Please, I need you to help me. I'll be waiting in front of the warehouse. Please come. Chrissy, do you remember in Pokemon Origins when Blue's Pokedex just got destroyed by Mewtwo? Are you still there? Uh-oh. Did I lose her?
Hello?
Oh, there you are. Did you get cut off?
It got disconnected for a hot minute.
Ooh, okay. Are you still able to see the stream on your end?
Pokedex got destroyed.
Yes, I was saying that Blue's Pokedex got destroyed in Pokemon Origins by Mewtwo, if I remember.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was rough. Like, I could understand just losing to Mewtwo, but like, the poor guy who had his Pokedex almost fully complete, and then it got destroyed by Mewtwo. I'm like, bro, Blue doesn't deserve that. All that now.
Oh.
Alright, so Maximus has gained quite a bit of levels thanks to our efforts. So hopefully it can actually win some battles now. We'll see. Here's the warehouse. Oh yeah, it's probably gonna be a double battle, isn't it? Listen, I need your help. Yeah. Will you team up with me to take them on? Sure, why not? You're Pokemon together with me and my Pokemon. Our dream team is not gonna lose. Now, with the way we work together, I'm not letting those criminals get away with this. Oh, right, double battle. I don't know how many Pokemon Lucas has. I hope he can hold his own. A Beautifly and a Dustox? Let's go! Ponyta fodder! Oh, these bugs are getting roasted. Let me hit up this Dustox with the Ember. That still did not do a lot of damage. Oh dear. Venoshock on the Clefairy? Oh no. Not on the Clefairy. Oh, they are double teaming the Clefairy. Oh wow. Good stuff. It sung the Beautifly to sleep. Which works perfectly because we are currently working on the Dustox. I wonder if the Flame Wheel will do more damage, even though it's minus attack. Man, it definitely did. This is such a shame, man. It's minus attack, but that attack is where the stat is. Ugh. I think I'm just gonna have to eat it and try to like balance both. I don't know what else to do. Disarming voice. Krogunk! Oh no. Not the Krogunk. I'll still go for the Beautifly though. And yeah, that O-code, jeez. Oh no, not another Venoshock. Well, that Clefairy's not doing so hot. Neutral damage. A Stunky! Oh no. I guess we could try to take out the Krogan first, but I think I might do more damage. Flame Wheel! Yay! Krogan's gone. It's a shame you had to work for evil Krogan. I actually really like Krogan, the Pokemon. The animes what really made me like Krogan, especially. You remember the gag that they did with Krogan in Sinnoh? Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Clefairy's okay. Oh no, Clefairy can't move. It's okay.
Oh no.
Another Flame Wheel it is. Yeah, the gag that... You remember how Brock's ear used to get pulled every time he hit on a girl?
Mm-hmm.
In the Sinnoh arc, Brock caught a Krogunk, and every time he would hit on a girl, Krogunk would use a poison jab kind of near his butt, honestly. And that would stun and Brock. He would fall to the ground, and Krogunk would just drag him away from the female. It was honestly
remember.
It was honestly my favorite version of the gag, because eventually I got tired of the ear pulling, but the poison jab that never got old. George remembers. Yeah, the jab was great. The jab was wonderful. Done in by 2 kids. This isn't right. I should have kept my head down and just watched our warehouse. George says, what if the Krogan was a female, though? That's something I've never considered. Chaos Observer says he's got to go. Thanks for coming to the stream. And he also threw a follow before he left. We appreciate it, man.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for coming. Thanks for the follow. We hope to see you again, man. It was good talking to you. That stinks. Our Pokemon are weak. We just get new ones from headquarters. Who cares about some Pokedex anyways? Team Black is going to own all the Pokemon in the world. No, in the universe! There, take it. Take your Pokedex. Hey, he got his Pokedex back. Those things we had in the warehouse have already been moved to Pastoria City anyway. So we'll say, you'll get yours, and run like the grunts we are. What's going on here? Why is Team Galactic out in the streets like they own the place? Udania? Thanks, honestly. If Professor Rowan ever hears that I lost my Pokedex, he'd probably respond the same way that Obi-Wan did when Anakin lost his lightsaber. I can honestly see that.
Yeah, I can see that too.
Oh man, that's something I don't want to think about. I can see the whole speech now. Lucas, this Pokedex is your life. I try, Professor. Why do I feel you're going to be the death of me? Don't say that, Professor. You're the closest thing I have to a father. Then why don't you listen to me? I am trying. That entire conversation was like... Poor Anakin sounded so weak in that conversation. I feel bad. I'm going out to Pastoria City. The Great March there has all kind of Pokemon. To the warehouse. Hey, there's an item on the floor. You can just take it. Fly! Woo! And now we got it on the Poketch. Whoa, what did we hear? You are so not Team Galactic, and your little kid to boot. Those things are made with the energy we took from the Valley Windwags already in Pastoria City. Huh? That's not what this is about? Oh, well, thank you for letting us know that information. Alright, Christy, we're probably going to wrap up soon, but I do want to finish our talk on, like, the FF7 event real quick, as we're kind of, like, moseying over. Yes.
I think Jarrell and I were going to elaborate a bit more on the event as well, too. No clue when.
Yes, so for everyone watching...
Eventually.
Did he say that was going to be a stream, or is that just going to be a video for our YouTube channel?
I have no idea yet.
Well, people, if you're watching this live stream and you want to hear more of Christy and another friend of ours, slash website editor, Jarrell, talk about that FF7 event, those two will be chatting about it very soon, either here on the Twitch channel, which give us a follow if you haven't already, or on our YouTube channel, which is HP Critical, spacing between HP and Critical. And you'll get all that information. But little preview because I still want to talk with Christy about this real quick. Yes, so Reunion is looking great. we may end up double dipping
I'm
on that
so
game.
excited for Reunion. Crisis
It's,
Core, I love that game.
I'm just so excited to give that game a try.
And I've already decided I'm getting the PS5 version and the Switch version of the game.
So you are definitely double dipping then.
Yeah, it's a game I'm definitely double dipping in.
Okay. I may double dip if I really like it, but yeah. Oh wait, the Route 214 is shoot up. George says we're on the road to 200. Yeah, wow, yeah, we're getting really close to that actually. I just looked at our follower count. We're at 178. Oh boy, yeah, we're getting closer and closer to that big 200. Ooh, absolutely love it. Again, another thank you to Chaos Observer for getting us one step closer to that goal. Yeah, we will. We should probably think about something we should do for when we get 200. Honestly, what if we can do like a special stream or something? It's something me and her will talk about because I think that might be something cool. We didn't do anything for 100 for 100 subscribers, but we might do something for 200. We're not subscribers, stuff followers. That's different.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so Reunion looks good. I don't know which console I'm going to get it on just yet. I may double dip, but we'll see what happens with that. But then the next announcement, the last announcement they have, which I really thought that Reunion was like their big tease. If they had just ended it with that, I think that would have been a successful event. But nah,
really? You thought that they wouldn't have anything after Crisis Core?
It looked like such a cool it looked like such a cool remaster that I thought, that may be it. Like, I thought, well, remake probably is still a little bit of ways. There could be a little teaser trailer, but, this had gameplay, so this is probably it. But nah, they really did have Remake Part 2, which we now know is supposed to be called Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Which, I don't know if I necessarily predicted it would be Rebirth exactly, though I did say, I did predict that the next part wouldn't be called Remake Part 2 or something like that. Like, again, I'm gonna dance a little bit because I don't want to outright spoil what happened in FF7 Remake. But the subtitle Remake, it has multiple meanings, let's just say. And based on the secondary meaning of what Remake meant, it told me that they were gonna give the subtitle something different. And sure enough, that's what happened. It's FF7 Rebirth, which is gonna finally go take us beyond Midgar and see what's gonna happen with that. Yeah, I think you and Dro will go into probably into deep spoilers on that. I think I have a specific thing I want to say to you after we're done recording, but I'm very interested in seeing. I very much predict that Rebirth is gonna go in some very different directions in that game. Like, I'm looking forward to seeing what they decide to do with it. I will say though, they also confirmed in that presentation that the FF7 Remake project will be in 3 parts, so it's a trilogy. So Remake was the first part, Rebirth is going to be the second part, and there's a currently untitled third game that will conclude the rebuild of FF7 storyline.
Yeah. Which, granted, it makes sense because more than likely they're probably developing Part 3, which we then got confirmation through Twitter that yes, they are working on Part 3 right now, and more than likely Part 2 is going to be in that phase where they're doing some bugs polishing, essentially, is what it sounds like.
Yeah, exactly. And they can take their time, but honestly, I think the final product will be good. That's what's happening with 16 right now. That game is done according to Yoshi P and the devs. It's just they want to take the year to polish it. It could also be a scheduling thing because business things want to release a game at the opportune moment. And I'm sure that's a.
Well, I don't think it's really that much of a business thing, to be honest. I feel like because after Square announced that Final Fantasy 16 wasn't going to be released until summer, their stocks dropped.
Sure.
Because their shareholders weren't too happy, but I think Square, they're starting to realize that they want a quality product at launch instead of having something that's was cobbled together and then they're like, hey, we need to release a patch.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, there's a little bit of both. It just really private investigator. I forgot there's a trainer class in this game. I honestly forgot. It's awesome. Anyways, yeah, it could be a little bit of both, honestly, now that I'm thinking about it. Wow, I gotta redraw with Maximus, because I have nothing that can hurt this Goldeen. Okay. I will send in Christy for a second. She has Grass Knot. That should do some decent damage. But yeah, Rebirth looks interesting. It is... I can say this much because this is part of the original FF7. We did see a little bit of Cloud and Sephiroth together, which is more than likely going to be the Nibelheim flashback section that we saw, which is what I was really hoping would get in, and I'm glad that it is going to be in there. It would be really cool if you could play as Sephiroth during that segment. I really hope they do that. A lot of people were assuming that they probably wouldn't, that it would be Sephiroth would be your party member and you're just using Cloud for that. And yeah, that'd be cool too, but I really want to... Just for that one section, I would really love to be able to play as Sephiroth. Because where else would you be able to do that, right?
I think it's more of just waiting to see. I'm curious to see how the story will play out.
Yeah, because
there's lots of hints.
Yes, there's definitely hints. And again, to be vague about this whole thing, a lot of people were concerned that the question was asked, of course, can they finish all the story of the original FF7 in 3 parts? Because part 1 was just Midgar, which is like 4 or 5 hours of the game, and then obviously FF7 being an RPG is a very long game. But let me put it this way: I think with the way the story is going, they can do the story in 3 parts. But I do wonder: do we think is it going to be? Do we think part 2 is going to be open world, or are they going to figure out a way to like keep it the way Remake did it?
I think it's going to be a wait and see, to be honest.
I just wonder, because the thing about developing the later parts is because they have the character models already, they have the engine. The PS5 will help make it look better, everything run better, but ultimately they have that kind of work done. It's just a matter of creating the new models in the new areas, which is why we're getting the parts out a lot sooner than, say, we did for Remake, which took quite a long time, and there's a lot of reasons for that.
And not only that, but apparently Unreal Engine 4 and Unreal Engine 5, you can port all your assets over from Unreal Engine 4 over to 5.
Yeah, easily, from what I hear. So there's that.
Makes it so much easier than doing it from the ground up, which was their issue with whatever the crystal tools that Square was using for the PS3. Which is the reason why we had issues for a while with Final Fantasy 15 and Kingdom Hearts 3, was that it took a while for them to rebuild.
Exactly. So yeah, I think everything will come out pretty smoothly, And cool on the Ponyta! Hello!
Ooh.
This is gonna be just kind of like a fire fest, so I'm just gonna excuse myself from this and just put King Dedede and finish this. Yeah. Anyway, it's pretty interesting though that I just thought about this. We got Remake in 2020. Then in 2021 we got Intergrade / episode intermission. By the end of this year we're going to have Reunion, Crisis Core Reunion, and then by late next year we'll have Rebirth. They have somehow managed to get one new FF7 project out every year since 2020. Which is kind of impressive, to be honest.
Which is very impressive. And I'm also surprised that we're going to be getting a mainline Final Fantasy 16, within the same release time frame. Or within, not the same release year.
Yeah, sandwiched in between all these other releases, we're getting a new mainline one coming out. That's really cool. And I'm so looking forward to 16. I'm very excited for it. It's mostly the setting for me, honestly. The gameplay looks really good too, but the setting is what is really kind of drawing me to 16. It's a mainline.
I saw someone on either YouTube or Reddit where they were like, "Oh yeah, I wonder if we're going to get another difficulty level and someone who they've played the Devil May Cry games before, they're like, yeah, well, the battle director, he's from Devil May Cry, so maybe the hardest level the hardest mode we might get, maybe Clive must die. I'm like, I would cry.
Yeah, Clive must die. Wait, wasn't the Dante must die difficulty added to 5 later, like a free patch or something? Okay.
I think so.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Devil May Cry is a series I definitely need to play. I've always wanted to. I just haven't done it yet.
It's fun. You can ignore Devil May Cry 2.
I hear that a lot.
You can ignore that. Play everything else. Ignore that.
Just watch the cutscenes. I would have. They usually come part of the collection, so I'd probably just like peek at it real quick before saying nah. I think that's what I would probably do. And speaking of what we should probably do is we're about an hour. We're getting close to the hour 40-minute mark. I'm gonna go ahead and cap it here because I do need to go to bed. It's not that late, but I got like a really early shift tomorrow. And I think we accomplished a good amount. So, yeah, let me go ahead and save that. So, I want to thank everyone for watching. I don't know for sure when the next Pokemon part is going to be because we're still in a pretty busy month. There's one more Friday this month. Next week is going to be the launch stream of Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes, which I'm so excited about because 3 Houses is like one of my favorite games of all time. So, I'm looking forward to seeing the continuation of that storyline. Well, not continuation, but another possibility of things that could happen in this spin-out version, I guess you could say. And like I said, Pokemon Snap is also coming out next week, but we're not getting that to the 27th because 3 Hopes is the priority that day. Thanks, Nintendo. We tried. But yeah, no, there's a lot of games coming out the next few months. Next few weeks, I should say. It'll eventually slow down a little bit, but I know Live is coming out. We're going to do a launch stream of that game when it comes out. I'm probably going to do a launch stream for Digimon Survive. There's a few other ones. But all that to say is that Pokemon will come back at some point, and we will make more progress when the situation comes. I promise we're going to get to a point where the releases come out less frequently, and we'll be able to just make more progress, and hopefully my schedule is back to normal so we can make longer Pokemon parts. But, yeah, there's that. But what is coming out in the near horizon is this Sunday, Christy and I are going to be playing some more of The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD. That is going to be at 7 p.m. Eastern Time this coming Sunday. We are at the part where we have to make the Song of the Hero. So if you guys have played Skyward Sword before, you guys know what that means. There's some crazy stuff that's about to happen as we return to all the 3 zones. And Christy will be doing the honors of choosing the first place that we go to. And I'm very interested in seeing what she ends up choosing. Because I know order I've done in previous playthroughs, but I'm curious what road she puts me on. It'll be fun.
Okay.
I'm going to see how that's going to go. And then Monday, tentatively, we have a Doesn't Hold Up episode. However, because I am working Monday and had a very specific guest in mind, I may have to adjust some things around to make sure that works out. So keep an eye on our website so you guys can know what's going on in our social media, so you guys can know what's going on that. And with that, yes, our website is hpcritical.com. In addition to the stream schedule, which we update on the regular, you guys can also check out all of our wonderful articles on gaming and other topics like movies, anime, books, and more. You can also check out we also, refresh old articles. You guys can read those as well. Chrissy, as I mentioned earlier in the stream, wrote a wonderful article about how now would be a great time to re-release or remake Crisis Core because of the popular remake. And guess exactly what they did. It's still a great read. You definitely want to give that a look. Again, the article is titled Compilation of Final Fantasy VII, The Iron is Hot. What is that? That was the title, right?
Yeah, that was actually.
Okay, so HP Critical, type in that title, and then you'll be able to give a read. Or check out our social media as well. Christy linked the article, and it should be among the retweets for HP Critical as well. And speaking of social media, follow us on Twitter. Our Twitter name is @critical_HP. Our Facebook name is HP Critical. And our Instagram is HP Critical Gaming. If you give any of those a follow, you can stay up to date on our latest updates from the website. And I also want to mention on hpcritical.com, we have merchandise available that you can buy. Stuff like apparel. We also got like some cool stuff like coffee mugs and wall tapestries and blankets and stuff like that. So give that a browse. See if anything interests you. I think you'll enjoy yourself. But Want to thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Pokemon. Had some good audience interaction here. Got to have some cool discussions, and that's what we love to see when we love to do when we do these streams. So hope to see you guys back on Sunday or for any other stream that you guys may be able to attend to. Until then, we will catch you guys next time. Good night, everybody.
Night.
Bye.